Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Keir Starmer has a problem. His problem is Birmingham. His problem is Jews. Now, we all know that Keir Starmer actually does have a problem with Jews. He's a very anti-Semitic man, in my opinion. Certainly, his policies have always been anti-Israel, anti-Zionism, anti-Jew. But this is one where he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, because the Islamofascists of Birmingham Council have banned Jews. No Jews in Birmingham, basically. They've put this ban on to stop Jewish people going to Birmingham. They want Birmingham, I think, to be a Jew-free zone. Birmingham is, of course, run by Islamofascists. They've been voted in, they control the city, they control the council, they control the police, they control everything. Birmingham will be Britain's first Muslim entirely controlled city. And of course, the first thing they do is they ban Jews. And the reason they're banning them, they're saying, is, well, football causes problems, and this Israeli team coming to play in Birmingham, we're going to get a lot of Jews turning up, and our local Muslims won't be able to help themselves. Yeah, he's actually predicting that the Muslims will attack the Jews because Muslims hate Jews. So rather than putting a police presence there, rather than saying we're going to have the game and we're going to show the world that not all Muslims are Jew-hating, murderous bastards, he's merely underlining that and saying we can't trust our Muslims not to attack Jewish people. Because for generations we've bred it into our children and our children's children to hate Jews. Now, I've got an idea here. Maybe they can allow the match to go ahead and have the Jews there, but, in terms of what would please the Muslims controlling Birmingham and make it easier for the police is if perhaps they made the Muslims wear a yellow star. Then they could be easily recognised and protected by the police. Would that help? It's certainly the direction of travel in this country, isn't it? But you've now got Keir Starmer coming out saying, oh, it's a terrible thing, it's a terrible thing. That's a bit odd, really, after years of slamming Jews and Israel. He suddenly turned the corner because all of a sudden he's realised he's looking a bit National Socialist, isn't he? Getting his little Hugo Boss suit on, marching into Poland. Why don't you just go the whole hog, eradicate them, have a final solution and get rid of Britain's Jews, and then your Muslim voters will be very happy and rally to your side. Because it seems to be that's what they want. Our government, our Labour government, has for a long time been anti-Semitic. Even before the days of Corbyn, they weren't overly keen on the idea of Jewish people. Corbyn, of course, massively anti-Semitic, in my opinion. And the current lot, even though he's married to a Jew and has 2 Jewish children, still hates Jews. Must make interesting conversations around the dinner table. Dad, why are you a wanker? I'm not a wanker, son. Everyone says. Oh, yes, who's everyone? No, literally, everyone. And so we have this situation where the Islamofascists banning Jews, and Starmer does not know what to do. He's saying, oh, it's bad, it's a terrible thing. But is it? Not in his mind, I don't think. The claim that it is high risk merely, as I say, highlights the fact that Muslims cannot be trusted not to kill people in Birmingham if those people are Jewish. And it shows the weakness of our government that it hasn't said, no, the match will go ahead, we will put police in, and we will arrest anyone who starts any form of trouble, and we will call it terrorism. And I guarantee it won't be the Jews starting the trouble, will it? And if every single person who's arrested is arrested on a terrorism charge, that sends a message, doesn't it? It absolutely sends a message. It is disgraceful and it is weak, but then we've got a very disgraceful and very weak Prime Minister. I'd love to say the word I think he is. You all know the word I think he is. But he's sitting there and he's going, we will not tolerate anti-Semitism unless it's done by the Labour Party. I added those last few words myself. Badenoch, of course, she's been out. She's been saying, how have we got to this stage? I'll tell you how she got to this stage, Kemi. I'll tell you how. Because we've tolerated the rise of Islam in this country. We've allowed it to grow unchecked. You're not allowed to criticise it, because if you criticise it, you're a racist for some reason. Islam is not a race, it's a thought process, it's a backward death cult. It's not the colour of your skin, which you can't help. It's not your sex that you can't help. It's a choice. And people are choosing this death cult. And they say if you criticise it, oh, you're a bad person for criticising. Yes, well, I don't like baby rape. I don't like murders in the streets. I don't like to see Jews murdered by Muslims. But apparently I'm not allowed to criticise that. Well, actually, I'm going to criticise it. And if I get a knock at the door, good luck, I'm in Cyprus. What are they going to do? My personal view is that Islam should have no political protection. They're bringing in laws that basically is an anti-blasphemy law, but only for Islam. So you can criticise Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism, etc., but you're not allowed to say a bad word against Islam. That's wrong. I believe we should not only be allowed to say bad words against Islam, it should be compulsory. Now, thankfully, we had that case in London with a man burning the Quran, and he won his appeal. So we know that Quran burning now is legal in Britain. We also know that calling Islam out for what it is, a murderous death cult now because of that case, is legal in Britain. I think we should go further, since it is only a political thought. It's not a protected characteristic, a choice. It's your religion is a choice, and since it is only a choice and not a protected characteristic, it's not a characteristic to you. It's your decision. Then I think we should just ban Islam, or at least, at the very least, not ban it if people want to believe that shit, but ban anyone who is a Muslim from holding political office. And then you won't get calls by the Birmingham Council to ban Jews from the city. Let me know what you think about that decision. Because at the moment, what they're actually creating is a Nuremberg-style city. They'll be having torchlight vigils. They'll be burning books next. And as they say, where first they burn books, they soon burn men. And that's where we're going. Islamofascism in the heart of Birmingham. Well done to a series of governments for allowing this open wound, this festering, disgusting disease to thrive within our very midst. Because of weakness of politicians. Weak bags of shit-filled jelly. Thanks very much. Speak soon. I'll await the knock at the door when I return. Bye.